The newest luxury hotel is not on land. It floats. Four Seasons is building yachts. Ritz-Carlton already sails them. Orient Express has launched a 220-meter sailing yacht. Aman is preparing a yacht with fewer than 100 guests. This is not normal cruising with a nicer logo. It is a new strategy. Take the hotel, remove the street, control the horizon, and make the journey itself the destination. For decades, luxury hotel brands competed through location. The perfect beach, the private island, the historic palace, the tower above a city. Now the same brands are competing through movement. A yacht lets them turn the space between destinations into part of the product. The idea is simple but powerful. A hotel can own the bedroom, restaurant, spa, and service. A yacht adds the route, the arrival, the anchorage, and the view changing every morning. For the guest, the brand no longer ends at the front door. Four Seasons calls its project modern yachting. Its first yacht is designed around 95 suites with floor-to-ceiling windows, ocean-facing terraces, and residential layouts. The second yacht introduces 79 suites and a group of large residential suites intended for gathering and entertaining at sea. That language matters. The brands do not want guests to think only about cabins and decks. They use the vocabulary of residences, terraces, wellness, dining, and personal consultants. The yacht becomes less like a ship to board and more like a moving private address. Ritz-Carlton moved early with a dedicated yacht collection. Luminara, its newest superyacht, is described with 226 suites, private terraces, and a guest count below 500. That is tiny compared with mass cruising, but large enough to support restaurants, spa spaces, pools, and marina access. The strategic advantage is not just the vessel. Ritz-Carlton connects the yacht to a wider hospitality ecosystem. Loyalty, reservations, service standards, travel advisors, and brand trust. A guest who already knows the hotel brand needs less explanation before considering a journey at sea. Orient Express brings a different heritage. Its Corinthian sailing yacht was named in Saint-Nazaire in April 2026. Accor and Chantiers de l'Atlantique describe it as the world's largest sailing yacht, a 220-meter vessel with 3 rigid solid sails. Corinthian carries only 54 suites for 110 guests, supported by about 170 crew. That ratio reveals the logic. The ship is enormous, but the guest population is intentionally small. Space becomes part of the luxury. This is where the hotel yacht model separates itself from traditional cruising. A cruise ship often uses scale to lower cost per passenger. These yachts use scale to give fewer passengers more room, more service, and more controlled environments. Aman is taking the opposite scale cue with Amangati. Official materials describe a yacht for 94 guests with 47 suites and private terraces. The language is not about spectacle first. It is about peaceful motion, wellness, and privacy. Aman also emphasizes a 2-story wellness facility, an ocean-facing spa, and spaces that connect guests directly to the sea. That makes sense for the brand. On land, Aman sells stillness. At sea, it can sell stillness that moves. The business reason is control. A hotel on land depends on the street outside, the neighborhood, local noise, local traffic, and competitors nearby. A yacht creates a controlled world. The brand controls the room, the deck, the food, the schedule, and the view. It also creates scarcity. There are only so many suites on each vessel, and voyages are tied to specific dates and routes. Scarcity does not need a hard sell when the product itself has limited physical capacity. The other reason is storytelling. A normal hotel stay can be beautiful, but it often has one setting. A yacht creates episodes. The departure, the first dinner, the hidden cove, the old port, the sea day, the night arrival. Ultra-luxury travelers increasingly want privacy without boredom. They want service without crowds, movement without airport friction, and access without feeling processed. A hotel yacht promises a complete environment that moves quietly from one destination to the next. This is why the word yacht is so useful. It suggests intimacy and ownership even when the vessel is large and commercially operated. The promise is not simply transportation. It is the feeling of a private world managed by a familiar luxury brand. Design is the real battleground. Four Seasons emphasizes expansive suites and indoor-outdoor transitions. Ritz-Carlton emphasizes private terraces and a marina-style connection to the water. Orient Express uses French craft and Art Deco memory. Aman uses calm, minimal space and wellness. Each brand is translating its land identity into maritime architecture. That is harder than decorating a hotel room. Materials must survive salt, motion, safety rules, maintenance access, and continuous operation while still appearing effortless. Restaurants and wellness are not secondary amenities. They are central to the model. Guests may spend entire sea days on board, so the yacht must offer the variety of a resort in a smaller, more curated form. This also gives brands a reason to collaborate with chefs, spa partners, designers, and local experts. The yacht becomes a stage where hospitality companies can present culture, food, wellness, and destination access as one continuous story. Traditional cruising often begins with the ship as transportation and entertainment. Hotel yachting begins with the guest relationship. The brand already knows how to deliver rooms, service recovery, food standards, and personal recognition. The ship becomes the delivery system. The scale also changes behavior. Smaller guest counts mean fewer queues, quieter public rooms, and more flexible service. The objective is not to make the biggest floating city. It is to make the sea feel private. The risk is operational. A hotel brand entering the sea must master weather, ports, maritime regulation, crew logistics, safety systems, and ship maintenance. A beautiful brand name cannot replace naval engineering. That is why shipyards and maritime specialists matter. Chantiers de l'Atlantique appears behind both Orient Express Corinthian and major luxury yacht projects. The new category is not just hospitality. It is hospitality fused with industrial shipbuilding. If the model works, more hotel groups will follow. They do not need hundreds of ships. A few highly recognizable yachts can serve as floating flagships, loyalty magnets, and high-profile proof that the brand can create a world beyond land. The most interesting part is that these yachts are not trying to replace hotels. They extend hotels into routes. A suite becomes a moving room, a lobby becomes a deck, a restaurant becomes a night at anchor. So why are luxury hotels building superyachts? Because the richest part of travel may no longer be the room. It may be the ability to control everything around the room. The water, the route, the arrival, the quiet, and the sense of temporary ownership. In the old model, a hotel waited for guests to arrive. In the new model, the hotel arrives with them. It crosses the sea, opens a private terrace to the horizon, and turns the journey into the most valuable suite in the building. Which brand would you trust most at sea? Four Seasons, Ritz-Carlton, Orient Express, or Aman? Subscribe to Luxury Exclusive for evidence-led stories about extraordinary machines, architecture, and private travel. If you want to be a billionaire, subscribe and comment. God bless you.